Welcome back. In a little over 2 hours, the rest of the world switches their lights off for the annual Earth Hour. This year's celebration takes on another mission to urge stakeholders to reduce plastic consumption. Let's now talk to Ragos Ty of Plastic Bank, a social enterprise that envisions a world without plastic waste. Hi, Dennis. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Hi, good afternoon, Stanley. Thank you for having me on Plastic Bank this afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here at Top Story.
Great to have you here. Let's talk about Earth Hour first. Your group thinks they should go beyond just an hour's worth of observance. You know, this is a big problem, the environment, and this takes a lot of focus, a lot of efforts that are deliberate and intentional. Tell us about what you think that should go beyond just 60 minutes of Earth Hour.
Exactly. So it's very amped this year because, you know, the theme of Earth Hour is switch off plastic pollution given our for Earth.
Okay.
So we that it doesn't just take 1 hour to switch off our electricity to save the environment. We need to have a more prolonged, proactive engagement in sustainability, in protecting our environment, in preventing plastics from entering our oceans, and also saving our energy and our power.
Okay, now you underscore, of course, the importance of fighting the war against plastic waste, which Plastic Bank is, of course, at the forefront of. Now, how big a threat is plastic waste, especially in the Philippines?
Oh, it's very big. There's actually 400 billion kilograms of plastics being generated annually entering our environment. And in the Philippines, we're actually one of the biggest contributors.
Exactly.
Yes, so it's actually one of the number one ocean plastic pollutants in the whole world. And we really believe that we don't just do our responsibility as a citizen, but we actually mobilize the whole community, from the informal sector, from our collectors, from the academe, from the government, and even the big brands, the corporations. We all have to get together collectively and help end plastic pollution.
Yeah, I was thinking we're really in a different kind of position in the Philippines, being both a victim and a perpetrator in that sense. I've spoken once to Plastic Bank founder and CEO David Katz. We had this conversation about how crucial it is for the Philippines to step up, given its contribution to plastic pollution that you've mentioned earlier. But are you seeing mindsets change now in terms of plastic consumption, and maybe in terms of what you see in the bank itself? Are you seeing increased awareness? Is there increased patronage? Are a lot of people joining the movement now?
We've seen great leaps since we started Plastic Bank, and we have actually recently reached a milestone. We have already gathered 5 billion equivalent plastic bottle in the whole world.
I didn't get that.
And,
could you try again?
We've already reached 1.9 billion equivalent plastic bottles. And yes, especially in the Philippines, because of the EPR law that was passed in 2022, we are now seeing more collective action from different big corporations, really trying to be more proactive and not just reactive in their waste management, in their plastic recovery systems. We've seen more companies, join the recycling movement, and also we've also gathered more collectors in the Philippines.
Okay, so it's essential that you get to have control over the plastic pollution problem from the consumption side, which is, of course, the public consuming these products that are wrapped in plastic, or even the consumers, the supply side, if you will, the manufacturers and big business, of course. So how has that relationship been with big business? I mean, are they now more open to adopting more environment-friendly or sustainable approaches to the plastic problem? And even government, what are you seeing from government in terms of how aggressive it has become in fighting as well the plastic problem?
Yeah, so I would commend the Philippine government, the DNR and the EMB, because our EPR law is actually one of the most aggressive EPR laws in the whole world. It actually requires obligated enterprises to recover 20% of their waste last year, 2023. And this year, they're required to recover 40% of their waste. So that's very aggressive. And we've seen, over 800 companies register to become part of this EPR law. And we have seen different companies also come up with different programs in terms of recovery, reducing, recycling, redesigning their products. But it's a start. We still have a long way to go. There's a big plastic problem that we have to battle. And we just see more and more opportunities and definitely potential for the Philippines to be one of the, like I would say, good benchmark and case studies for EPR law.
Okay.
So yes, I see there's progress, but there's still a lot of work to be done.
Right.
A lot of work to clean the oceans, to prevent plastic from entering the environment, and also to really redesign the waste management system and products to be more circular.
All right, and all of that, of course, is part of your mission at Plastic Bank. Tell us now about your milestones. What's going on there at Plastic Bank right now?
So our vision in Plastic Bank is to actually to create a world without waste. And we work with the grassroots, the informal sector, and we empower these collection communities to collect plastics for recycling while improving their lives in terms of their social economic aspect. Our collection communities across the Philippines exchange plastic waste for currency, income, and life-improving benefits. So some of these benefits are medical insurances, health insurances, grocery vouchers. Last year, we provided several communities in Luzon pedicabs and cartons so they can actually collect more plastics. And with the plastics that we collect, it's actually recorded through our blockchain secured platform that enables traceable collection. It secures the income for our collection community, and it verifies reporting. And these collected materials are actually processed using a mechanical recycling. So there's no burning involved, and they're actually reused to make new products and packaging. So this is what we call the circular economy. And yes, definitely in the Philippines, we've actually built a big community. We now have 170 more plus active collection branches. We have 19,600 registered collection members.
That's nationwide. Are you also present in the provinces?
It's nationwide. So we primarily operate in Luzon. So we're active in 5 different regions in the Philippines. And
All right. Mr. Dennis Ragos Ty, again, thank you so much for joining us today. We wish you well, not just for Earth Hour tonight, but on your mission towards a wasteless or a plastic or a world with no plastic. Thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much to Stanley. Thank you for having me.